Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in again. I'm Gene Faulkner with 1626 Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams. Appreciate you tuning in. Today we're sitting down with Phil Waldron. He's the owner of One Shot Distillery. They are a veteran-owned craft distillery and brewery. Do I have that right?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, Phil, appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Just a couple of quick questions. So, where are you from originally?
I was born and raised right outside of Beaumont, Texas. So southeast Texas, down in the swamps.
I'm actually out of Kilgore myself.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
a New Texas
yeah.
boy. So, and we used to drive through Beaumont a whole bunch. Well, how'd you get up here?
Actually, I went to Texas A&M, graduated the morning, got commissioned in the afternoon, and went off to beautiful Fort Rucker, Alabama, in the Army. And when the time that I could get back to Texas, we really looked at where we'd like to be long term, and places where the kids could all go to the same schools. And my wife's a teacher. She's retired now from Dripping Elementary. But we looked around, close to San Antonio and close to close to Austin, which wasn't as big a factor. But getting into the hill country and great schools was why we picked Dripping Springs, and we moved here in 2003. So been here a little while.
Okay, so Fort Rucker. So you're a chopper pilot.
I started off flying helicopters. Yeah.
I know what that place is. I actually do. Well, tell us about your business.
So One Shot was a kind of a collaborative idea. It started on the shooting range one day. As we talked, I teach a lot of classes for tactical training, defensive handgun, tactical shotgun, AR-15, bolt guns. We teach a little bit of everything. And one day after class, I hadn't retired from the military yet, and one of the guys asked, I said, what do you want to do when you retire? I said, well, I don't know. You can always be a contractor, but the Army was and the taxpayers were generous enough to allow me to pursue my MBA while I was in the military, and really liked the entrepreneurial side, and had kind of seen from the DoD side, contracting, and I was like, I'd really like to do something entrepreneurial, and we lost a few folks downrange, some that were close, and kind of thought about I'd really like to do something to add a little more dignity to toasting fallen comrades than just getting a little bottle of Jack Daniels and pouring one out at the graveside and then toasting. So I said, I'd really like to develop something for toasting fallen comrades, or toasting comrades, and high-end whiskey or vodka or rum even. And one of the guys in the class said, well, I know where there's a whole commercial distillery for sale. And anyway, so one thing led to another. We started talking. Todd and I started crunching numbers and really looking at a business plan. And before long, we decided just to let's do it. And later, before we established this place, met Stu Altmeyer, our brewmeister, and that's not technically a brewmeister, but we call him our brewmeister. He was down in Guadalupe County, southeast of San Marcos, and we went down, talked to him, met him. He made a really great beer. And he was moving his distillery or his brewery, and so we figured out a way to integrate it. And instead of just being a distillery, we a brewery and a distillery. So we started building this place out in February of 19, I believe. Yeah, February of 19. And we're ready to open in November of 19 for Veterans Day. And then delays with the county and getting permitted, and the biggest thing was fire and septic. So we finally got all those hurdles dealt with our friends down in Kyle and San Marcos. And
deal with Kyle. Anything with Kyle is busy.
Yeah. And so we finally got our certificate of compliance March 9th of 2020, and then Friday the 13th was when everything shut down. So we haven't had our grand opening yet. It's been a little bit of a rocky start, so we say we were truly COVID born. And so we did everything we could to basically survive. We made hand sanitizer for the state, and local groups here, and that kept us alive for a little while. And then finally we were able to open outside last May, and we've pretty much been open outside ever since last May, although at a very reduced capacity. So that's kind of how we started and what brought us to here, and now we're finally back to great spring weather, and
yeah.
The leaves are coming out on the live oaks. We got live music out on the weekends. Nice. And it's just a great outside venue. Plus, the tap room in here is kind of small, but it's a good place to come and listen to some old rock or some Willie or Jerry Jeff Walker, and just relax and have a beer, have some wings. Crawfish boil this weekend, so we have different, a lot of different things that we run through.
So, and I noticed online the hours, because you're not like a normal 9 to 5. Your hours are mostly evening stuff. So I guess that just coincides with.
It's when people are out. We during the winter we were open Wednesdays through Sundays. The springtime we're gonna basically open on Thursday afternoons. That's kind of when everybody. The sigh is over. We only got one more day, so a lot of people come out. They call them Thirsty Thursdays, or
they call this Drinking Springs. So.
Yeah, they do call it Drinking Springs. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we open at noon till 10 on Friday and Saturday nights, and then till 8 on Sunday nights. And so that's our current hours, and we could flex. During the winter time or the summertime, late midsummer when it's really hot, we try to get folks to usually come out later in the evening when it starts to cool down.
Interesting.
And in the winter time, they tend to go home earlier when it gets really dark and cold. But we've got fires out there, so people can hang around the fires.
That sounds fun.
And we'll have a humidor inside, so if they want to sit around the fire and tell stories and have a cigar,
while they're doing it. Yeah, excellent. Are all your staff vets also?
No, not all of. It's a mixed team. So
okay, because I was curious if you, as retired Army colonel, I understand where you probably get your motivation from. I just wonder what your leadership style was with the team, but if they're all vets,
we're pretty much kind of what I learned in the unconventional side is it's a flat team. Everybody, there's not a lot of structure and line and block charts. It's flat. Everybody works. Everybody pitches in to get things done, and it's just a great. I think it's a great friendly environment. Right now we've got a lot of great servers that they run to the tables outside and do tableside service out there. So people don't really have to stand in line to wait. You can go get it to the table. One of the servers will come around and take care of you.
Nice.
So,
any big surprises running the business, or one that stands out?
Other than our government intervention and waiting every Friday to see what new rules were or were not going to be in place by the state with COVID. Obviously, in Alaska, we call them brim frost exercise. We had our own Texas brim frost here, and when the power went down, our steam generator went down, so all the heat went down. And circulating water stopped, and so it looked like a PVC hand grenades had gone off in the back, with us, because at zero, things freeze pretty fast.
You tend to give up.
But yeah, other than that, just we're looking forward to getting our grand opening and really doing more marketing and being involved with the local community. I mean, our goal is to give back to veterans and first responders groups. So we've had the opportunity to work with the Special Forces Charitable Trust with a big event down in San Antonio. We worked April the 10th, there was a big event, Safari Club International, which is a conservation hunting group, sponsors a big crawfish boil for the game wardens. And so we're supporting that as well with a hurricane station, and so our crawfish cookers from here will be cooking for the game wardens on the weekend of the 10th.
Nice.
And just being able to to go back. That's kind of our community here. We've got a bunch of veterans, a bunch of law enforcement, a bunch of patriots, and they come out here and kind of feel at home, speak the same language.
Yeah.
All of our beer and all of our drinks kind of have military sounding names.
That's actually a perfect segue, because
Yeah.
I understand your signature vodka called Triple Volley.
Uh-huh.
And is that your most popular product, or what's,
So
what's
that's
your most
going
popular?
to be our grain to glass, and we don't actually have the bottles to produce that yet. But a grain to glass vodka is a little hard to produce, but it's the 3 volleys, or the name is symbolizes the 3 volleys that are fired at a ceremony or a funeral for a law enforcement officer, either fireman or military. And so that 3 volley vodka is kind of the vision of what was that conversation in the afternoon on the shooting range.
Yeah.
We'd like to have something, and we've got a canteen shaped bottle design. It's trying to find something produced in America is much harder than you would think. People, just for a small craft distillery, they don't want to do small orders, so it's going to take a little bit of cash and planning to get that vision accomplished, but we'll get to it.
Cool.
So right now we've got our battle rifle vodka, our match grade vodka, a lot of different types of rums, silver bullet rum, our shot in the dark, which is dark rum, Fort Knox Gold, and then our platinum rum, and then we've got whiskeys in the barrel. Sorry about that. Can edit that out. Anyway, we could pull that piece out.
It's actually a much deeper menu than I realized. I was actually looking at your beers too.
Yeah.
So anyone, the favorite there?
Oh, my favorite year-round is, we call it the Route Irish Red, and it's an Irish red. Route Irish was, that's the road from Baghdad International Airport down to the Green Zone. And I've had friends get shot up and blown up, and it was the most dangerous stretch of road in the world while we were in Baghdad, and from 03 to 08 or 09. And anyway, Stu had used a new yeast, and it was like I think it was a British ale yeast on that red. And normally you pitch yeast in the afternoon, you come back in, and about 24 hours later it gets into primary fermentation. Well, I came in about 8 o'clock this morning, and that yeast had gone hyper, and it had it had blown red out the out the lock and everything else. So it blew up. So it was very fitting that we call it Route Irish Red. But it's my favorite year round, the Irish Red.
Okay, that's I like that. I like the good Bach too, but that's just me.
The Doppelbock is Stu's recipe, and the original recipe was about 8.9, and we reduced the grain load on it to bring it down to about 8%. So even we just we'd like people to have a couple rather than just one,
and be able to get home.
and done, then make it home. So yeah, that is a
nice.
concern on Ranch Road 12. So our servers are all very observant and making sure people aren't doing anything crazy. So
We all appreciate that. Did you tell us when the grand opening was, and I just missed it?
we're going to look for toward the end of May.
This
You're
year. Actually
we're open, but we haven't had our grand opening.
The grand opening is coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I know you need to get back to what we're working on back there before we came in, so I'm going to let you go. But I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Folks, thanks for watching. Really appreciate you tuning in. Again, I'm Gene Faulkner. I'm with 1626 Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams. And we appreciate you watching. If you're a business and you'd like to get involved and like to join us on an interview, we'd love to have you. Give me a call. Thanks much.
Thank
you,
Gene.
Phil.
Take care.
Thanks.